Hello and welcome to the very first episode of a new show called the Overworked and Underrated podcast. My goal in this is just to kind of, give artists, entrepreneurs, small business owners, whatever, creators, a place where they can come on and show off their work or tell me their life story or complain or whatever, whatever you want to do, talk about. We're here to listen to it. And today I have my good friend Pierce Lancaster, who is a musician. I'd kind of classify him as more of a musical god. He also dabbles in some film, especially recently. He's put out some amazing work. And he's working on starting a clothing brand. But I think his most crowning achievement is his recent job at Target. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's like, that's the last thing I say. It's like, but none of that compares to him getting a job at Target.
I mean, honestly, I get paid $15 an hour to work at a grocery store. So, to me, that's a pretty crowning achievement.
I always forget that Target even has groceries, honestly. Because I never go in there for groceries.
I mean, yeah,
But now that you mention it.
they're like Walmart, but like a little bit more bougie. A little bit. Okay, maybe not more bougie. I'll say like they're like Walmart, but I don't know. They are a step above Walmart. I wouldn't even consider Target to be bougie.
I was going to say, I don't know about bougie, but I think they are a little more expensive, but they also have a little better quality stuff, I think. Like their Target brand stuff is better than Walmart's Walmart brand stuff most of the time. That's why it's more. But we're not going to talk all this podcast about Target. Oh my God, dude, I did just think of something really funny. The Target by my house, you know how they usually have those big light up signs? For some reason, they took that off, and now it's just like a white little sign that just looks like it has Target like written on it. I don't know what they're doing, if they're renovating, but it's so funny.
It
reminds me of that. It reminds me of that one hat store we saw when we were in North Carolina that looked like it was abandoned on the outside.
Oh, the lids?
Yeah, yeah, dude. Looked like it was abandoned and not open, and then we open it. It's just the nicest lids store ever.
That is the nicest lids I've ever seen, personally.
Dude,
I've been in a
yeah,
handful
the
of
outside was like the windows were boarded up. There was just a sign on the door that said open. But anyways, so talk to me about what you're working on, man. Actually, let's start by telling everybody a little bit about yourself, like who you are and stuff like that.
Well, my name is Pierce Lancaster. I'm a musician, a filmographer, a photographer. I also dive into some acting too. So I guess I'm an actor, Sure, something like that. I am, I guess, an entrepreneur as well.
I would definitely say that, yeah.
I haven't really officially started, but I'm a digital marketing student through Duke Online, through a certification that they have through Simple Learn. And
Nice.
yeah,
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to ask you where you went to school, because I'm looking into doing stuff as well. I'm looking into trying to get into animation. I was looking into a place, but it's just a little too expensive for me right now.
Dude, yeah, it's a lot, man. I mean, you just got to make sure that you can like find something that you can go at your own pace. Like my school is made for people that like have kids and work full-time jobs and shit. So I mean,
True.
I mean, it's perfect. 'Cause, like, you don't have to take the gen eds. Like in reality, if you were going to college, you would, only actually take courses towards what you're achieving a certain amount of times a week. And it's like you can fit that all into like a year's worth of teaching if you just like only take the shit that you need for your degree. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah. That's why I'm trying to go to that school I was talking about, because they don't have like gen ed. Like even their
like
gen ed courses or whatever are still like related to what you'll be doing. So it's not a bunch of pointless work for no reason. And you're like, wow, I'll never use this in my profession. I'm glad I'm doing high school part 2 right now. It's like, I never understood that.
High school, but harder. It's like High School Reloaded, the sequel. Like you said, it's part 2.
Too high, too school. I don't know, man. I just don't see the correlations. Like sometimes, like you're like, yeah, I want to go to school to like be a photographer, and they're like, cool. When do you want to start your geometry class? And I'm just like, what?
Well,
Why?
a
Like,
lot of the
you want
time,
to learn
like,
about world history? That way, that helps for your candle making career. I don't know, like just
well,
weird shit.
I'll dive more into it. I mean, like, to be nothing but honest, man, when it comes to doing stuff like art in school, if it's not something like technical, I'm telling you, like, yes, you can learn about like whatever in film and etc., and like that is definitely going to help you to learn, but you having a piece of paper like isn't going to matter.
Right.
My friend Brandon, who worked on the short film I just finished with me, he got a 4 year degree, and he went out to LA to get work in film, and they were just like, so what have you done? And he's like, well, I have a 4 year degree from a school, and they just like laughed at him.
Yeah, it
And like, it
sucks
doesn't matter.
because I feel like stuff like that, you just need experience, but it's hard to get experience without, you know, experience. Like, they're like, oh, you want to tell us what you've worked on? And then you're like, oh, nothing yet. This will be my first. And they're like, oh, we're looking for someone more experienced. It's like, I always hated that thought process.
Well, that's
'cause how
why
the fuck
you
are
have
supposed to get experience if nobody gives you a chance, you know?
well, that's why you go to a school that gets you like internships that are legitimate. Like Brandon ended up doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that this isn't like a super serious movie, but like he worked on like Sharknado 3 or 4,
Dude,
and I mean, like,
honestly
it's
a flex, though. Like, I wish I could be like, yeah, man, I worked on Sharknado. Like,
cool. Well, I mean,
people
it's
would be
still
like,
like a professionally televised movie that everyone knows. It's like I worked on a movie that like
Yeah.
millions of people have seen. You know what I mean? Like,
and that has like a big cult following in these days. Like people love that movie just because they're over the top and dumb. Like,
Dude,
obviously
yeah.
people love them because there's been what 4 sequels now.
Dude, yeah, well, that's the thing with horror films is with most. I don't know if Sharknado is really considered a horror film. I mean, I guess it is.
I'd say it's like a horror comedy.
Yeah, like a horror comedy, and there are so many horror comedies. I mean, basically all of the Nightmare movies are horror comedies, but like you get to like what happens is these films, they only cost like $1 million to make, and you make the title like, ooh, spooky scary skeleton man, oogie boogie, and then like it makes $20 million. That's literally how it works. You spend
Barracuda versus what was that one we watched?
Terracuda versus was it Sharktopus?
I think so. Yeah, Sharktopus versus Terracuda. It was so bad, but it was every time they said Terracuda, me and Pierce just cracked up. They were just being so serious. They're like, "Yeah, we got to take down the Terracuda." And we're just like,
dude, that's the hardest thing for me is just like when it comes to acting, dude, like both things I've had to act in, one not being a comedy and one being a comedy. Well, two of them were comedies. I've actually acted so far in 2 little skits, and then I did the short film, and I also did like drama and like early on in school and stuff. So like I have like some kind of experience with like theater and acting and stuff. But what was it? The hardest thing for me is just not breaking. Honestly, dude, like, because there's some things that are said that are just so like so hard.
I feel like you're almost a better actor if you can, like, because I know half the time you're like, wow, that guy's kind of a bad actor, but it's like, but he just said we have to destroy the Terracuda with a straight face, and it's like, I guess that is good acting, you know?
Dude,
like,
I couldn't. I mean, I could eventually, but it would take me like 7 takes.
The thing about stuff like that is the harder you try not to laugh, the more you laugh, and like. But that's a good segment into. Let's talk about March 16th, also known as Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, also known as the amazing short film that I just saw that you made, and Jesus Christ, it was amazing. And it was only like 4 minutes long, and it was so incredible.
Thank you, man. Yeah. So basically,
and there was close to no dialogue, and it was still just good.
Thank you, man. Yeah, so we had so my team and I, Lost Opossum, we that's my film team. We
You want to drop some names, promote them as well?
yeah, so we have Brandon Johanchis, Cameron Johanchis, and Parker Brown, and we also had help from Mikey Mars, Wakase, as well as our friend Jay. So, who helped with some makeup stuff. So basically, we entered a 54-hour film fest, and so how it works is you pay to enter this film festival, and there were 45 teams total, 45 different film teams, and
How much did you have to pay to get in?
$50.
That's
So
not
like
bad, especially
nothing.
since you have like multiple people on your team. So
Yeah, it was like $12, $13 each. So I mean, like whatever, you know. And you get
hell
to
yeah.
dive into a project. So we entered the you basically select so you don't get to select what genre. You get a list of all of the genres like beforehand, like way beforehand, like before you even enter. You can look at the fucking or before you like pay to enter. You can look at all the genres. So basically, beforehand, you come up with little synopsises for every little genre that you get that you can get selected. And so we were in a Zoom call. We paid to submit. We got put in a Zoom call. Everybody had to like pick a number, and that number was like a random category with random things that had to be thrown into the film. But they did it like Secret Santa, which was dumb because we got horror and suspense at first, and then someone stole it from us, one of the other teams, and so then we had to pick another number, and we got action, we got adventure and something else, but we
wait,
chose adventure. So
So you have just like a list of different genres, and you don't even know which one you are gonna get. So you just kind of have to plan for all of them.
you have to come up with a basic story. I mean, you don't have to, but we did. We came up
I
with
would.
basic stories for all of them. So
I
that
would just in
way,
case.
yeah.
Otherwise
So
I'd panic.
yeah, so that way we were like, okay, this is what we're doing. So we got stuck with adventure. I'm just lucky that we didn't get like period piece or some shit because that was one of them.
I genuinely, I felt more horror than adventure watching this film.
Well, yeah.
But I no, it
basically,
was definitely
we,
adventure, just because yeah.
the definition of adventure is going through multiple locations to complete a task within a time
Gotcha.
span. So
Which you
that
definitely
technically was an adventure film, but it's like what are you we're not going to be able to make fucking, you know, fucking Indiana Jones in like 54 hours with no budget. So I mean, so we did what we could. There's a lot that we could have changed. I don't know. It's definitely a process because we had to come up with a cast, we had to write the script, we had to film, which took like 16 hours to film.
That
For
was another
5
question I
minutes.
was gonna ask you is what was your budget on this? Did like how much did you guys spend on all this stuff? Was it just
Okay.
stuff kind of all of you had already? Because I noticed there wasn't a lot of props, but
It was
I mean,
probably so for like special effects, makeup, and some other things. We I want to say we spent around like, including the $50. I want to say we spent around like $100 to $150 on this one.
split between all of you.
Yes. Our friend
That's
Parker doesn't
really
have a
not
whole lot of
bad.
money, but he got us like a bunch of food and stuff. So I mean, like, we're not gonna include the we also bought food for everybody to have to eat. So that I guess could be included as well. I mean, I would probably including that like $200. But yeah, we had to buy some. We had to buy some stuff. We had to buy some. In the beginning, there's a balloon shot. We had to buy some balloons. We had to buy some eggs and bacon for the intro shot. We had to buy the mirror. We had to buy spray paint. We had to buy just a bunch of stuff like that.
Did you guys actually use the spray paint? Did any of you add to that wall in that scene?
Oh, well, we wrote "I love you" backwards.
I thought so. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we wrote "I love you" backwards, and actually, so we were supposed to film. So you know how the other two scenes. So in this film, I'm gonna go back for everybody that hasn't seen this. It's
Yeah, we
not
should
out
have given
yet,
the premise
so
before doing all
yeah.
this talking about it.
So without spoiling the ending, because there's a twist ending, it's basically the story is about two people that it's their anniversary and they have set up a scavenger hunt for one of the people in the relationship set up a scavenger hunt for the other person in the relationship, and they're just going around getting clues and etc. So within the first clue, it's a concert venue outside of a concert venue, and then they end up going to a skate park with clues, with a clue of a spray bottle, which leads to under a railroad track with a bunch of spray paint and a bunch of stuff. Well, within each of them, there's a flashback, but the under the bridge shots with the spray paint, there was supposed to be a flashback, but it started like horrendously storming, so we couldn't shoot that. There was supposed to be a flashback there. There's actually a heart drawn there that says J and T. Our characters are named Jesse and Taylor. I'm Jesse and Mikey is Taylor. And it was gonna do a throwback or a flashback of Mikey and I, or Taylor and Jesse, spray painting that heart together, and that's why my character knew to go to that area. But we couldn't film it because it was violently storming, and we wanted the flashbacks to be shot within different times, so it was like day and then like night for the flashbacks.
Right, which I'm sure is hard to do with a 54-hour time limit.
Yeah, you have to go shoot everything and then go back. And then go back to the areas. The night shots at the outside of the concert venue were shot at 3 a.m.
Jeez.
That's when we finished.
I remember you were talking pretty late to me. You're like, yeah, I'm still on set. And I was like, dude, it's like 4.
Yeah, we filmed. I woke up at like 8:30 in the morning, got some extra props that we couldn't get on the Walmart run beforehand, and then I ended up working on stuff until like 3. That's when I got home, like 3 o'clock. So we had to work on a bunch of different stuff, but man, it's a process. Storyboarding, getting a cast, and it just goes to show like just everything that goes into it. Oh, so
and that's for 4 minutes. So everyone, imagine how much it would take to make a full-length movie. But
dude.
Honestly, I think even without a flashback there, that scene, it still made sense and it was still good and it still, like, everything still came together and made sense.
Well, so
I loved it.
So this was so you've seen the film. It's not out yet, but if you message me or Brian, I'm assuming people that are watching this are going to know one of us, or in the group or whatever, just message one of us. We'll link you to it so
comment.
you can watch. Or comment.
Or just
or
comment
whatever.
on the posts or social medias or whatever. We're on everything.
Yeah, we'll send it around to you so you can see, just for watching this podcast and being rad and checking it out. So, basically, our objects that we had to use were So they said that you have to do an adventure film, and we had to include the dialogue. This always happens. We had to include a whisper dialogue. We had to include a balloon. We had to include an object of reflection. And we had to include a shot that goes completely black to a shot that's lit up.
I didn't know it was that in detail. I didn't realize that you had that many random things to add. It sounds like this is something that's like really cool.
Yes,
it really shows how creative you are, because I feel like if you had to come up with all your own ideas, it's easier than incorporating someone else's ideas into your idea or whatever.
And they also throw you a curveball at 6 a.m. on Saturday. So you start on Friday, you storyboard everything, or you can do whatever you want. Well, we storyboarded everything, and then at 6 a.m. they send you an email and they're like, "Hey, by the way, you have to do this." Well, luckily, Cameron already included a shot of complete darkness into being light, but that was what our email was. It said to have complete darkness and then complete light afterward.
Dude, if it was me and I got that curveball and I didn't already do it, I'd be like, screw it, I'm not shooting anymore. We're just gonna edit one of these shots to turn black, and then come back up or something.
Dude, yeah. Well, you get it at 6 a.m., so you have time to, like, look. By that point, we hadn't started shooting. We shot all day Saturday from around 10:30 to 3 a.m., 10:30 a.m. to 3 a.m. And yeah, that's for, again, 5 hours. I mean, 5 minutes, not 5 hours. That would be impressive. But no, 5 minutes of film time. Plus, I was there that night on Sunday with them. They were still editing at like 9 p.m. and it had to be submitted by like midnight. They were still editing shit, and they like didn't sleep really. So like,
jeez,
they like it's a lot. Like editing, I know nothing about, and it looks like you just piece stuff together, but like there's so much stuff in post, like colorization and like post zooms and timing up the audio and everything and etc. Like Cameron and I actually that Sunday, who was behind the camera for everything, we went out with a Zoom, which is like an audio recorder, and got most of the audio. Like we went in back to his mom's apartment where we shot the opening scene, and I like moved around in a bed and like ate some bacon and like opened up a drawer just to like get audio and then like plug it in afterward.
Yeah. What did you use to record all that audio?
A Zoom.
Zoom. I thought you said a Zune, like the old MP3s. I was like, what? Like, how did it sound at all? I was like, I didn't
No. Well, some of it was on board. Some of it was on board mic. Like, because there is mics that are, like, connected to the cameras. But most of the time, it's not great. So
I didn't think it was that bad, though. Because I noticed, I was like, he's not using his normal mic. Because it was, like, farther away. And I could tell it wasn't as good. But it still like was fine, and it's
I mean when you only have budget, when you only have so much time. Well, that's the thing is like there's some things that we definitely could do better, but we don't have a whole lot of time. But
right,
so basically,
I think you did a really good job for what you were working with, honestly.
Yeah, thanks. And basically, how it works is if we get top 6 within the 45 teams, then we get to be in the Nashville Film Fest, and without having to pay to submit, and we actually get a spot. So normally to enter the Nashville Film Fest, you have to pay $5 to enter Nashville Film Fest, and they might not even accept you to be in the festival. But if we win, then we just get in a for sure slot, or if we get top 6, and not only that, so they're going to critique us and tell us what could be improved. And what we made for the 54-hour isn't what we have to submit for the actual film festival, the Nashville Film Festival. We could, if we want to, which we're going to do, reshoot some things, add in some. We're going to add in the flashback scene by the at Pinkerton, under with the spray paint. We're gonna reshoot all of the skate park scene because we had no time for that. We're gonna reshoot all of the skate park scene, and we're gonna rewrite the letter because the letter in the beginning was kind of confusing.
I honestly thought it was kind of like a cryptic letter, like it's a thinker, and it didn't really like. It didn't scream scavenger hunt. Like it's you
exactly
have to kind of figure that you have to kind of figure that out as you watch, which I personally like better because I think it's cool that you were like at first I was like, what is going on here? And then I realized myself, like rather than having you just lay it out for me, I was like, oh, it's a scavenger hunt. Well, you told me ahead of time, but still, like as I was watching, I was going into it like I didn't know anything, but I liked it. I thought it was cool because I was like, what does that even mean? And then I watched it again and I was like, it's kind of cool. But I already told you this yesterday, but my biggest criticism and what I would change is I just wasn't feeling that kiss, man. I didn't feel love.
Dude, looking my homie in the eye and being like, you always reel me back in. I love you. Was so, dude, it took me like 6 takes. And it was even worse because my film team is like fucking being like, come on, we gotta get this done, we gotta hurry, and I'm like, fuck. I like couldn't do it, dude. It was
I
bad.
feel like I feel like it's got to be hard to, as a straight man, to kiss one of your homies and look them in the eye and like be super serious, just because that's it. You're trying to be serious, you know. Like I would be cracking the fuck up the whole time.
I mean, it's not even that it's a guy. It's like if it were just somebody I didn't know, then it wouldn't be that funny. It'd just be
right.
like,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was gonna say because like for when you're acting, like I mean, kissing dudes, who cares in these days? Like it's
it's not.
We're in 2021, man. No one cares. It's do you, but it's just the fact that you are a straight man who's trying to be serious, all while looking one of your best friends in the eyes and be like, "I love you." Like you always pull me back in, and I'm just like, dude, what? Like it was just so funny. Like I don't know. I don't know. That little peck just didn't do it for me, man. I didn't feel the love. No, I'm just kidding. It was great. I'm just giving you shit. But I thought it was great, dude. And I love the ending. Again, if you want to see it, just hit either of us up. Comment on this video, like, and subscribe, because that's the only way we'll give it to you. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to like and subscribe. Just let us know. We'll send it. But yeah, it was fantastic. And especially for what you had to work with, I really couldn't imagine it not being top 6.
I mean, we'll have to see because I mean this was my first short film. I think Cameron had done like 148-hour. Mikey had never. I mean, this was our first one like as a team collectively. I mean, and I just acted in it. The reason I acted in it is because like I didn't feel comfortable enough behind a camera or directing a whole short film. Like if it was just something like a little skit or something, that's not a problem. Like I filmed a story about lemons, which is on PBJ Productions. That was one that I filmed. I don't know if have you seen that one, Brian?
Yeah.
I filmed that, and that was something that was quick and not that complicated, and that was one of the first things that I had filmed. That was just like a sketch. But I've been diving into like just filming stuff with like, you know, like I'll go into the studio with my friends and I'll like film them, and I'm getting way better. So I'm getting to a point where I think I'll get there and I'll be able to direct people with their shots and etc. and like be able to like, I'm good at making shots and getting there, but for something like this that was short timed and was supposed to be like graded and a bunch of stuff, I just didn't feel like quite comfortable. But
fair enough.
You know,
that's a good transition into my next question about you, or not question, but about you like filming other stuff. How was it filming for a wrestling company?
Dude, it was awesome. My friend Parker, who is in the movie later, he does like comic stuff. He does like comic conventions. He sells like pops and stuff. He had a little like area selling stuff at a convention, and the wrestler James Ellsworth was there. So I was like, dude, I'll go. I've never been to one of these, whatever. So I go, and there's a wrestling corporation there who is holding an event to benefit like Down syndrome kids. And I'm like, dude, this is rad. So like I talk with them, and my friend and I go up, and we just take the initiative, and we just say, hey, do you guys have anybody that like would be down to film? And they said they didn't. And so we ended up just taking that initiative and going in and doing it, and just, you know, like taking the shots fired. And it was really cool. We made a whole DVD. It's got like it's got a menu. It's got so much stuff in it.
I was just about to say, you actually recorded it for them a little bit, and then they asked if you'd make them a DVD, which is awesome. Like,
we weren't supposed to edit
for a
it.
whole thing or whatever.
We weren't even supposed to edit it. They were like, well, we need people to edit it, and we just kind of took the initiative there, and then we ended up making a DVD for them and like making a whole menu and doing like highlight reels and just all types of bonus content and etc. And I mean, it was really cool. it was really cool just getting out there and doing it. And that's what I was gonna get at is like neither me or Cameron have a film degree, and Brandon was actually running audio. He was the only one that had a film degree. And we just went out there and just took the initiative and just said, yeah, let's do this, and we just dove feet first in, and like we're doing it. You know what I mean? Like we've gotten offered more jobs because of this. And that's what I'm getting at is like sometimes going to school, you don't need to do it for a lot of creative things. You just kind of got to like get out into the world and just say fuck it and
You just got to work.
run it up. Yeah, dude, like take the shot. Like, why not? Like, every time, like, I see events now on my Facebook that get advertised to me, I'll message them and be like, hey, is someone filming this? And, like, sometimes they'll answer me and be like, no, but maybe you could. Like, sometimes, they don't always get back to me, and most of the time they won't, but, like, what if they do? You know what I mean?
And
so,
I mean, I might as well throw this in there at this point. If anybody's listening and needs anything filmed around the Tennessee area or surrounding states, he's great. He has good equipment, and hit him up. It's probably cheaper than hiring a professional, and it'll probably look the same. So,
dude, yeah, and I'm willing to go wherever is needed. I was just talking with my friend Adam Jaco about going down to Atlanta potentially, and that's something that I'm more than willing to do.
Heck yeah. So also you're filming a sketch comedy show. Are you going to be acting in that as well?
Yeah, it's just something that we're all kind of diving into. The team, we had filmed some videos for a music project of mine, and I realized that like creatively, like we filmed a video for a project of mine called Booty Gum. We filmed a video called Booty Claws, and they came up with everything in the video, like every single detail. Like I just sent them the song, and then I came by their house, and they're like, dude, we have the video idea, and just ran it by me. And there's really never been another time where people had felt just as passionate with me about like my vision and like shared the same vision, and I didn't intervene at all. I didn't come up with like any of the ideas. They're like, this is what we're doing, and we're gonna do this, and we did it. And like it's just like we decided. I was like, dude, like we had all like talked about like doing sketches and stuff, and I was like, why don't we just have a sketch comedy show and we all film it? And because they had made an intro for a song for me. For that would
Are you talking about the Law and Order one?
Yeah, and
dude, so incredible. Is that public? Because I really want people to see that too. It was like one of my favorite things that I've seen so far.
It'll be out there. It'll be out there at some point. I don't think I can release it yet, but
that's fine.
Yeah, so they had done that, and it had said Taint Nibbler's Unit, and I talked with them and I said, hey, why don't we just do a show and name it Taint Nibbler's Unit? Like that would be, that would be perfect. And amazing. So yeah, I'm doing the sketch comedy show called Taint Nibbler's Unit, and I filmed some of the sketches. So we're all going to be in it. We're all going to film. It's kind of a learning experience for all of us to direct.
I'm sorry, I'm cracking up because this is the first time I've heard the name. I
didn't
know that's what it's called.
Yeah.
That caught me off guard. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's called Taint Nibbler's Unit. So basically, we're all going to film. We're all going to direct. We're all going to be in it. We're all going to write. And we've shot some sketches already. And it's been an interesting experience, man, honestly.
I feel like that's the perfect thing for you, though, because you could just think of funny ideas that are, like, also short, and you don't have to put a lot of time and effort into them, but they'll still be really good because I know the way your brain works comedy-wise.
Yeah,
and, I know it's going to be amazing.
And they came up with all of the concept for the fucking Booty Claws video, and that to me was fucking funny. And like they're all funny too. Like most of the sketches, they're not out there. So I mean, like a lot of them are mine ideas.
Sorry, I don't know why.
No, you're good.
Sorry, there was a delay, and every time you paused, I thought you were done, and I don't know, my bad. But so now I just sound like an asshole. But am I allowed to talk about the upcoming one that you told me about yesterday?
Which one?
It involves pants. I'm trying not to ruin.
Yeah, yeah. So we have a sketch idea where we actually dove a little bit more into it. So there's gonna be like, oh wait, no, I told you about this earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, my buddy is just. I don't want to dive too into the detail that are gonna spoil some of the magic. But my buddy is gonna wear white leggings and he's just gonna like shit himself for a sketch. That's literally
Like
gonna be the
actually,
sketch.
are
Just
you
actual
okay?
shit.
I want to dive a little bit into this. Are you guys planning? Are you dieting? Like, is he gonna try to make it like just the
All
grossest possible? Because honestly, I'd recommend just like Taco Bell for a week straight, so that it's as gross as it could possibly be.
he just said that he just wants to. All he said was that he wants to dress up in a costume and do some other theatrics, and then just shit.
I
And
wish he
like,
was like lactose intolerant, so he could just chug a bunch of milk that day or something, and then it would be really bad.
but that's one of the sketches, and we've done all types of stuff. We've got some. We one of the sketches is out actually on PBJ Productions. It's called Snow Day. It's out right now. We have different cut. We have the cuts that are going to be on. We have the cut that is on YouTube under PBJ, and then we have the cut that's going to be in TNU, Taint Nibbler's unit. It's a little bit different, but yeah. So also, one other thing. So the intro. This is a bit of a spoiler, but that's okay. Nothing's filmed yet. We're gonna film it all at once. But the first 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes of every episode of Taint Nibbler's unit is going to be a SVU parody continuation story throughout each episode. And then
I love that.
episode 6, so there's going to be 6 episodes in the season. They're each going to be like 10 minutes each. The last episode is going to be the final conclusion to the story, or at least the final conclusion for that season. It goes deeper. It goes way deeper. The story is we have the TCU coming. I'm not joking about that. We have the Taint Cinematic Universe.
Oh God, I'm so excited. Is Booty Gum going to be a part of it? Like, are you going to incorporate it in your music at all?
Oh, well, Booty Gum is that's why it's called Taint Nibbler's Unit. Like like me as a human is going to be casted as Booty Gum throughout everything. So
I'm excited.
So yeah, and the transitions in the show between sketches are going to be like 166p images, and then like inaudible shit that you literally can't understand what it is. Just
There's
like
some deep fried transitions in there.
yeah, everything in the show is going to be deep fried transitions.
Dude, did you ever make that picture that I told you that I gave you the idea for yesterday?
I'm gonna make it.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Be on the lookout. My Instagram will be in the comments. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be posting a bunch of dumb shit on there with all these sketches and stuff.
If you have it done before Friday, I can insert it into this video too. So,
dude, honestly,
if not,
I probably will. I probably will.
Okay, cool. So I'll put that right here for you guys if it's done. If not, we'll leave a link in the description or whatever. But so I have to say, going back a little bit, that Booty Claws video is incredible. It's just Pierce rapping as Santa, getting pulled around in public places like Walmart by a bunch of half-naked dancing deer men. Just men dressed as deer dancing.
Dude, not only that, there's like leashes and shit. Like it's like BDSM looking too.
And they're in Walmart, and he's just rapping and getting pulled around by these. I also love that Mikey does the same dance like the whole video, and like everybody else is like. They change a little bit, but Mikey's just vibing so hard that whole video. He looks just, I don't know. It's so funny.
So
that's my favorite part.
We came up with that. That was almost like a 24-hour short film in a weird way, because we came up with that concept and then shot it like it was either the day it was either the day after we came up with it or 2 days after. But we came up with the concept, we bought everything that we needed, this one was actually pretty expensive because our friend, we already had the trike, but we had to get like leashes for everybody. We had to get like the actual Santa outfit that I bought at Walmart. It was like $20, dude.
Dude, I can only imagine the conversation. Like, you're at PetSmart buying 4 leashes or whatever, and they're just like,
we
what
went
kind
to
of dogs do you have? And you're
we
like,
went to Dollar Tree.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, we went to Dollar Tree.
I still just imagine that would be a hilarious conversation.
God, dude, yeah, it was a fun video. It was out there for sure.
You also have a more recent video and song out called Booty Gum 64, which how has it not been copyright claimed yet?
Oh, well, that's not my most recent song, but it is a more recent one. But I don't know how it didn't get copyrighted.
It's
to
just
be honest,
literal Mario footage over him.
And the beat too. No, like on DistroKid, when I submitted it, I literally hit that it wasn't there were no samples. They were like, you're not allowed to use samples. Is this a sample? I was like, nope. And then I was expecting it not to get uploaded. And then I look later on that day, and it's just fucking like, it's there. And I'm just like, this song is out right now. And then I uploaded my song Angelica Pickles, which is
that is more recent, isn't it?
That's my most recent song, yeah. And it literally is the fucking Rugrats theme, but like at half speed. And it's pitched a little bit, I think. It's like pitched up or down a tiny, tiny bit. But yeah.
Dude, yeah. Angelica Pickles goes hard, and I love the video because it's just terrible green screen curtains in a hallway, and you can just see the curtains and the light in the middle of the ceiling. And it's just funny because, like, I think that makes it funnier because it's not you're some high-quality national recording artist that's serious, you know? It's like,
no, dude,
So I think it's better that way.
we thought it would be... We thought it would be funny to do. We went to Walmart and just like bought fucking and just bought a bunch of like tablecloth for like parties, like in the party section, and got like green cloth and then just like taped it in the hallway and just like recorded the video. We just recorded another video in the snow. We're gonna do ultra keying again, but it's gonna be in the snow, so it's gonna be like the Angelica Pickles video, but it's gonna be like all around me.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
Dude,
and
honestly,
I'll be like sledding into shit. Like I'm gonna have like a sled where I like sled into like a bunch of anime titties and shit, like just random shit like that. So,
dude, speaking of anime titties, what's the first video you came out with? Oh, Fuck It Up.
Yeah.
That's also a very good one. Everybody should go check that out. It got a lot of views for like the little bit of promotion you gave it. I was surprised. Like, it just
dude, that was the one I promoted the least too, and it did the best for some reason. I'm wondering if like it got in the. I wonder if it just got in someone's hands in the right area and it just got shared around or something.
I think it was the drive-through scene with the anime pillow. I think that's what did it for you,
dude.
Because that's my favorite scene,
dude.
I feel like all people had to do was watch your video once, and then like they're like, dude, look at this shit. Like, what is this? What did I just find? And that's probably how it grew so fast.
Dude, yeah, my friends and I shot that one. Every single Booty Gum video thus far, except for the new one, the song's called Skeetin'. It'll be out in like 2 or 3 months.
I don't think I've heard that one yet.
Every single Booty Gum song, that's the one that's in the snow, Skeetin'. Every single video has been shot on like a phone. Mario Kart 64 was shot on a phone. So basically, that video when we shot it, dude, or Booty Gum, not Mario Kart 64, Booty Gum 64. When we shot that video, it was during when like COVID had like just started getting involved in some stuff, and we went to the mall, and we had basically nobody, like there wasn't a mask mandate yet, nobody knew what was going on, and we just kind of thought that this was going to be a small, like nobody knew at the time, it was like the beginning of March or something. And so we went to the mall and we got the fucking the little cart and just like drove around in it. It looks like we rented out the mall, which is like my favorite part of the video. Because like, dude, I've shown it to people.
That it was. Yeah, I was also thinking it was funny how empty that mall was. I was like, dude, where is everybody?
Dude, yeah, it was shot in like early March, around that time.
I feel like you missed an opportunity to fake flex. You could have literally posted on your Instagram and be like, we rented out the mall for this one, bitch. And, like, people would have believed you. People would be like, damn, is he rich?
Dude, I fucking should have, but
it's not too late. I'll edit this out. I'm just kidding.
Dude, I could go over that one again. Like, at some point when I'm in between songs, I might promote that one again, Who knows?
Yeah, I loved it. Also, I just want to say, as far as the Angelica Pickles video, I didn't realize you were in a shitty green screen hallway until the very end. Because remember, I told you, I was like, dude, you could see the light at the end in the hallway, and you're like, dude, you could see it the whole time. I was like, really? Because like the way the curtains are like wrinkled or whatever, and the way the picture is on them, it honestly just looks like a trippy video. Like it doesn't look like it looks like it's meant to be that way. Because, like, I remember thinking,
it is meant to be that way. But
No, I know. But I meant, like, I didn't even realize until the end that it was in a hallway with the light showing, and, yeah. So, Dude. It was good. I loved it. Also, I mean, you're not really working on it as much now, but I'm still going to promote it because it's art that you've created, and it's fantastic. Pierce has solo music as well, so go check that out. Just under Pierce Lancaster.
I don't put out music under Pierce Lancaster. It's under Soft Grunge.
Well, your old songs still say Pierce Lancaster on Spotify.
My old, yeah. Well, I have my old music. I mean, that's old music that I've created. It's art that's out there. If you want to listen to it, do it. But the new stuff I'm putting out is under the name Soft Grunge. So
listen to it anyways, but also listen to the new stuff too. But yeah, I love it. Also, Pierce is in one of my favorite songs ever by Kasai. And, which
Kase. I'm going to correct you. Kase.
Dude, I swear I thought it was Kasai. I don't know. Kase.
I thought it was too. I thought it was Kasai too, but
I think that's why. I think before I think at one time you've said that to me maybe, because I feel like I've only heard you say it. I don't think I've ever heard it any other time.
Nah.
But there's a song called Don't Look Back, and it's like one of my favorite songs ever. Everybody check that out, too, and support Mikey. And Don't Look Back 2 is on the way out?
Yeah. No, it's on the way.
It's good. It's different than the first one, but I love it. It's good.
Yeah, we produce everything on our own for that one, the second rendition of it. It's a lot more of our vision. The first one was very forced. It's good, but it was very... I wrote the breakdown for the first version of the song, literally, like, on guitar. I wrote it the day of... Like, we were like, all right, we got to record at 12, and I was literally, like, in my fucking room with Mikey playing a game, writing the breakdown at, like, 10:30. I wrote, like, all of the guitar parts in it. Like, other than the lead in the verse, so...
I have to address something with that second, with the remake of that song. Also, everyone, Mikey is going to be on the show at some point, so that's exciting, and we'll talk more about his music there with him. But I have to address something. Did you guys change the lyrics to the chorus from "Shut your fucking mouth or you'll end up in a hearse" to "In the dirt"?
Yes.
Because I could have... Okay, thank God I'm not crazy. Because I could have swore, I was like, I've been singing "In a Hearse" this whole time.
No, it's it was "Shut your fucking mouth or you'll end up in a hearse." But then I thought it was kind of corny, so I changed it to "In the dirt."
Either way, I like both, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy, because when I heard that second one, I'm like, is that what he says in the first one? I thought it was in a hearse. But anyways.
Actually, shout out to our friend Jay, because they were the one that actually came up with "In the dirt." So shout out to them for that one. That was their lyric contribution. But yes.
So also, wait, did you have anything else you wanted to say about that?
No.
No,
nothing. Okay. I mean, it's not out yet, so.
I didn't want to change the subject and have to go back super
You're
far.
good, bro.
Speaking of going back super far, I wanted to say something, but we got so off track talking about other stuff. What's the dude's name at the end of your March 16th?
Oh, his name's Parker Brown.
Shout out to Parker for his incredible acting, dude. Holy crap. That honestly is one of the best parts of the film because Jesus, it's so good.
Dude,
Like I
yeah,
loved it.
I actually wouldn't be surprised. So there's different categories you can win. You can win like best original score, you can win like best acting, you can win best directing, best cinematography. I believe these are all things you can win. I wouldn't be surprised if Parker won best actor.
Dude, yeah, it was good. Also,
Honestly.
what music did you guys use over that
Oh,
video?
that's another thing I was just about to bring up because we brought him up. Mikey made the score for us. It's produced by Kase.
Hell yeah.
So
Well, that kind of
Mikey made
ties
the
us back
music.
into the music aspect, so.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Mikey
I
made
wanted
it.
to say something earlier about that and I forgot, but dude, his acting is incredible.
Dude, yes.
Also, you have a music collective in the works?
Yeah, they've put out some music. So basically I my friends Jared, at the time I'd only known Jared and Eric, but they had put out music, and Jared sent it to me. They put out a song and they worked on it, and like they recorded the beat, they retracted their vocals and did a music video in a day for their song called No Bus, and I was so blown away by it. They're called Galaxy Collective and the song's called No Bus. So check that out. I was so blown away by everything because it's very, there was some like some funny aspects in it, there was some really good aspects in it. Everything was just, and it was kind of like just super DIY and experimental and really cool, and I don't know anybody here that wants to grind like that and has a vision like that, and I just wanted to work with them. They're really cool guys. We just shot a music video, and basically a music video in 3/4. We have to shoot the ending of one of the other ones, but we filmed a whole video, and we have 3/4 of another one done. We have to do an ending for one of them at a different time, but yeah, we have like a bunch of songs that are not done. They're like performed done. The performance of it is done, but they need to be mixed and mastered. But yeah, it's just we all it's basically rap music, but I don't want to classify it as that yet because some of the stuff, like one of the songs we worked on was not just rap music. There's like, I don't know, I think it's something bigger than everybody. We want to have like artists on our team. We want to have we have Cameron and Brandon on our team. You know, like we have the camera team. You know, like they're a part of Galaxy Collective, and it's just a vision. It's just a creative vision by everybody, and I'm really excited for all of it because it's like the rap that I enjoy the most. It's like actual rap is stuff that's fun but also like and good but isn't afraid to throw in a punchline or two, like the Odd Future stuff, or like you know, not just Tyler the Creator's old stuff in general. And like I like a lot of like Eminem's older stuff because it's just really well done, but he throws in some punchlines in there and it's just like fun. And that's what we're trying to, a lot of that stuff is what we're trying to do. Some of it's more serious, some of it's more funny, some of it's just straight bars. But I've told myself that I will never rap about being hard in an unironic sense unless I make a punchline afterward or talk about myself being a pussy afterward. So,
Fair enough. I think that's a good way to live because if you rap about yourself being hard too much, you won't realize how soft you are at the end.
dude, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I do
I feel like
kind
the more
of.
you rap about being hard, the more of a pussy you look like. It's like, why do you have to say it if you're already, you know what I mean? It's the same with flexing, man. It's like I never understood why rich people gotta flex so hard. It's like we know you're rich, like you don't have to flex online as much as you are. but I don't
Like,
know.
as Galaxy Collective to me is just making a bunch of art that's just weird and out there and different, and like, because I've noticed with a lot of the music that I make, I'll sit back and I'll look at a beat and I'll be like, well, I can either like rap on this, or I can sing rap on this, or I can like rap on this, or I can, there's so many different things like vocally that I know that I can do. And like just recently, like I recorded a verse, and I start out doing like a sing rap part, and then afterward I end up singing like some like theatrical like movie score melodies afterward, after I do like sing rapping. And then like some other songs I do rapping, and then some other songs I sing rap again, and it's like it's just gonna be, it's just a collective of musicians that want to make weird music. And the one bar one of the bars I have, I'm going in, I'm like sing rapping, and then I say like, if you hate on me, you're gonna need a first aid kit, and then right afterward, I do a line where I sound like I'm crying in the middle of it, and I'm like, just kidding, I'll probably cry like a bitch. So I'm like, I'm just going in, I'm like spitting, I'm like singing, I'm like, if you hate on me, no, you need a first aid kit, like just like rapping, sing rapping, doing like hard shit, and then I'm like, just kidding, I'll cry like a bitch, like right afterward.
Dude, I really like that actually. I love that.
And like, yeah, it's just like, it's fun, it's good stuff, and everybody brings their own vision, and I'm really excited for everything that we collectively are doing. Everybody's got their own weird vision and bringing it to the table, and it's really fun, man. Like honestly, I'm pretty stoked on everything that we're doing. And
dude, yeah, it sounds amazing, and I can't wait to hear some of what you got coming up.
We're tagging, everybody is tagging everybody in the group on like Spotify and stuff. So like, I just put out Angelica Pickles, I tagged Galaxy Collective in the song, so then every listener that I get, Galaxy Collective also gets. And then whenever Jared and Eric and Aaron put out all of their solo music and they tag Galaxy Collective, they'll get listeners from Galaxy as well as give listeners to Galaxy. And it's just a giant collection of all of our music together. So when people listen to Galaxy, like if you were to go on Galaxy Collective in like a year probably, and you put shuffle, you'll hear songs from Young Kashi's solo music, my solo music, Eric EXE's solo music, Aaron's solo music. You'll hear some soft grunge stuff in there too, because I'm going to be tagging it there. And then you'll also hear collectively our music. So it's like you're hearing everyone in the collective as well as the collective. And it's just everybody growing together and coming up together.
And I'm glad you just mentioned all of their names, because I was definitely about to ask you that. I was going to say, like, promote them too right now. You might as well.
Yeah, Young Kashi, Eric.exe, and A Ron, AYE space Ron. That's Aaron.
Also, thanks for clarifying that for us, buddy. But no, I'm just kidding. But all of everyone that you just named, feel free to reach out to me as well if you want to come on and promote your own stuff, because that's what we're all about here.
Dude, it would be cool.
Chilling. I think all of you should come on at once.
That's what I was gonna say.
To do that at some point.
At some point, whenever we put out more music, we'll hit you up and get on at once.
Yeah, dude. If you want to like promote singles and shit, like hell, that's what we're all about. And I'm curious to see how that's gonna work, because I actually have a band coming on at some point soon. And it's stressing me out a little, because I don't know how I'm going to do it without video, to where people aren't super confused unless they all sound way different. So I'm trying to figure that out. But, yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Is there anything else that you want to, like, talk about musically that you've done or are working on?
Man, everything is expanding, getting where I would like it to be. Basically, with everything that I'm doing, I want I want Booty Gum to be more than just music. Like I
Dude,
want to
yeah.
creatively have a vision. I want to have the comedy show. I want to
I mean,
like
hey, the
have
TNU is real,
everything.
man.
Exactly. I'm
The
trying to
TNU.
like I want to just make it every I want Booty Gum to be like Snoop Dogg one
You should
day,
put out a you should put out a Booty Gum documentary one day, and just all of it's not real. Where it's just like, yeah, I grew up in a really poor home. At the age of 15, I was homeless. I actually had to go. I actually had to go to Walmart and stand under the vegetable misters to get a shower. Like just some really funny random shit like that. Like yeah, I used to go to Walmart and lay on top of the cabbage so that when the misters came on, I got a shower. And just random shit like that. That's not true. I think that would be really funny.
Oh
It'd
dude,
be a good sketch.
the
Yeah,
other the other day when we were getting props, this was on like Friday night. Parker and I were running through fucking Kroger, and he was pushing me in like one of the carts that has like a little place for kids to sit on it, and I was sitting on it and was just making a fucking like ruckus in that Walmart. I felt kind of bad about it, but it was so funny. And we were like, he was pushing me around, and there'd be like a Reese's cup or something, and I'd be like, Daddy, I want the Reese's cup, and I'd be like reaching my hand out to it, and he'd be like, No, there, Mister Timmy, you can't be doing that. I'm like, but I want it. I was like screaming in the middle of this fucking Walmart, dude. Like for nobody but us. I mean, like, we filmed some of it. Like some of it, there's videos, but just like on our phones that I sent to a couple friends. But like other than that, it was just like for our own entertainment. Like we just do that shit.
Jeez.
But
I feel like
no,
that's giving off YouTube vlogger vibes. Be careful with that.
dude, I'm
Causing
here
a
for
scene in
vlogs.
public.
I'm here for YouTube vlogs. Honestly, it'll
Yeah,
happen at some point.
I think I just thought of a really funny origin story for Booty Gum. Pierce Lancaster tried to clone himself, but when he went into the cloning chamber, he had a piece of bubble gum stuck to his ass, and that's why Booty Gum turned out the way he is.
What? Dude, that's so incredible. Or like
That.
I ate a piece of radioactive bubble gum.
Yeah, dude. You ate a piece of bubblegum that was stuck to an alien's ass at one point and recovered from Area 51 and you didn't know.
Dude, that's
But,
that's so fucking funny. Dude, I love it.
Speaking of soft grunge, transitioning from music to clothing, you are working on clothing, which I will put pictures of right here. Here you go, folks.
Yes,
You see this beautiful
everyone.
design? Look at these shirts. Aren't they amazing? You want one? You can get one. Just let Pierce know. Comment. Let us know.
Yes, no, send me a message. My Instagram will be like linked and stuff. Message me on Instagram or message me on Facebook or message Brian. He'll get me in contact. He'll
I was
get you
gonna
in
say
contact with me.
if you only
Like,
know me, just message me. I'll gladly send the business his way.
so everything that I am doing with this, I want it to be rewarding. So okay, so basically, Soft Grunge is a music project, but I realized that I wanted to focus more on film, and Soft Grunge was more about an aesthetic than anything else, and that's why I rebranded. So I decided to make it a clothing line more than anything, and I want this to be as rewarding as possible, so I'm not going to start my clothing line until all of my funds that I have are from other people that have bought my clothing. So every single dollar that if you buy my t-shirts, every single dollar that you will be spending will be going into funding my business. I've sold 4 t-shirts. So I really don't have even that much more, but it's 15 if you live in the Nashville area, and I can get this to you. It's 15, and if you don't with shipping, it's 21. So
Which honestly, you're supporting Pierce, worth it right there, because like he said, everything that you buy goes into him working on making it better so that you can buy again, and it'll be even better quality, even better whatever. I mean, I love the designs though. I love the logo. I think it's sick.
I have
Even
more
if you
designs in
don't,
store and a web. I'm gonna have a website ready. It might not be its own personal website. It might be like a branch off of another website or something. But I'm going to make it to where I have a website. I'm gonna have hoodies and socks and hats and long sleeves and maybe stickers and some other things like that.
dude,
And
stickers would be a very good idea because you could just stick them bitches anywhere, and people will walk by it and be like, "Oh, soft grunge, what is that?" You know. But also, the colors are very pleasing on some of those shirts that I saw, and I'm definitely gonna get a few. I've been not in the best place financially lately, but I mean, that's America for you, and our generation's struggling. But I'm getting there. But the good thing about your merch and your clothing line or whatever is, like, even if you don't know your music or like, it's still a cool aesthetic and it's a cool logo and the shirts look good.
I mean, that's the thing is like, so
Soft grunge is iconic. Like, all the e-boys and, like, little fucking scene kids are gonna be like, soft grunge, that's me.
well,
You know what
soft
I mean?
soft grunge was already an aesthetic on Tumblr, but no one has used it for like a name for anything. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah, yeah.
the aesthetic. So with me, so how I came up with everything was I was making music and I was like, man, I need to come up with like some sort of like imagery because I can't just be like, hey, look at me, I'm some fucking chubby kid from the suburbs. I make sad music. Like that's boring, right? Like oh, dude, like if you like you could listen to Sam Smith instead. Like who gives a shit, right? Like that's so I stopped doing that, and I wanted to have like an image and a persona and something. And my initial goal was to wear all pink and to have all of my images be black and white, and so that way I would be like soft as well as like edgy,
Okay,
and
Darby Allen, black and white
um,
photos.
but Darby Allen doesn't wear all pink,
I
so
wish.
but nah, that was the vision. And 'cause with me, it was like I was thinking about like who really am I? Like I don't want to like front, and I just like I was like I'm a dude with a bunch of tattoos that likes fucking like pop music and etc. And like I wear pink, but like I also have like I said, I have a bunch of tattoos, and I've like been in metal bands and pop punk bands and done punk projects, and I like grunge music and like 90s alternative and metal and hardcore and whatever else. I'm just like the two aesthetics that I go for are like pastel or like edgy
You're
metal
showing off that
grunge.
you can be edgy and like heavy stuff and still wear rainbow checkered Vans and skinny jeans,
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah,
which you do.
that's the that's the plan. I mean,
You're showing
that's the
off that you
vision.
can be hard and soft at the same time.
Yes, bro. And I've got a bunch of designs coming. Like I said, I'm gonna have socks. I'm gonna have hats. I'm gonna
Dude,
have
I am so
hoodies.
excited for hats because I wear a hat every single day.
I'm gonna have a dad hat and I'm gonna have like a beanie, both.
I love that.
At least that's the vision. I mean, and the hats and the beanies are just gonna be like the logo, but with like different. Like I'm gonna have like a blue beanie with like a pink text, a pink beanie with a blue text, a black beanie with a white text. You know,
That's all you need.
and then I'm gonna do the same for hats, and then for socks, I'm gonna do the same. I'm just gonna have like pink socks with like blue logo, blue socks, pink logo. But I'm gonna have long sleeves and some hoodies, and yeah, I've got my little mascot. His name's Ollie the Octopus. He's my homie. He's my boy. We vibe every day. He sits on my computer desk. He's gonna be on some t-shirts. I got a t-shirt design where it's gonna be him looking angry, and it's gonna say "frick you" at the top, and then "to heck" at the bottom. It's gonna be a black shirt with pink text and a pink
I
Ollie.
love that.
And I'm
Dude,
gonna have a bunch of stuff like that.
I remember when I called out Ollie. I was like, "Who the hell is this imposter? This isn't Ollie. Ollie's a happy little guy." And then I saw ads on Facebook for those things. I was like, "Oh, they're reversible. I didn't know that." I thought you just had a bunch laying around or something.
No, those. Well, so my friend Nick, who is in the 1020 Media podcast, which I want to plug later.
I have that as well. I wanted to
Yeah.
plug that, and I have a fun thing that I wanted to talk about Nick as well.
So Nick, it was either for my birthday or maybe he just sent it randomly. He just like sent me one of those things, and I didn't know what it was. And I was sitting here and I was like, well, I do the pink thing, but I'm like, what's my thing? Like every single band has like a thing, has like a logo or like a something that you're like, this is this band. You know what I mean? And that's just like a part of branding. When you see something, you need to immediately know, like, obviously in way bigger terms that I probably will never reach in my life. You got the Rolling Stones lips, you've got the Grateful Dead bear, you've got the McDonald's arches, you know, like, those are all things that everyone on Earth knows. So,
Right.
and the 1975 has, like, a box on all of their album covers. You know, like, you've got all that type of shit. So, like, I was like, what's my thing? And I was looking around in my room, and I was like, I have this fucking octopus that's like goofy and like pink and like lovable, and I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna have this gimmick where I just like act super fucking loving but like in a terrifying way, and like that's what I went for. But I'm still gonna put out music. So
you should try to get an advertisement deal or a brand deal or something from them.
Oh, from the octopuses.
From the people that make those, yeah, because I know it's like I don't think it's a huge business. It's like kind of like a smaller. I think that would be actually really funny.
Dude, that would be really rad.
If honestly. They made like a custom soft grunge ollie for you, that'd be super dope. And speaking of 1020 Media, do you want to plug that? Talk about it a little bit here.
Yeah. So I have a podcast with my friend Nick called the 1020 Media Podcast. We talk about Nicholas Whitaker, my man. So we talk about anything and everything. We have all types of guests. We recently just had Christian Fisher of Settle Your Scores and Maggie Schneider of the band Glimmers on. Both excellent people. We're working on getting more guests. We dive into just about everything. A lot of it is music and film. We dive into some news and that type of stuff, which, as you can see from what I do, I'm super into both. So we kind of just talk about whatever and have guests on and run that up.
Fun fact, they're actually in the process of trying to get Vin Diesel himself on the podcast to do an interview.
Yes.
It's okay, dude. Even if it's not real, we can say you're trying, because who wouldn't be trying, you know?
Dude,
just to hype you up.
Dude, I've actually typed out an email to send him.
I was just kidding, but that's so funny.
No,
I love that so much.
I've typed out an email for him. I don't because so one of the things that I've learned just from like doing business and just being involved with musicians and etc. is, dude, first of all, you got to think of it this way. Like, yes, Vin Diesel's a big star, right? Yes, whatever. There are so many big brands, but how many people? First thing is, how many people are actually emailing Vin Diesel every day?
Especially to be on some random podcast.
Yeah, how many people are emailing Vin Diesel every day? And not only that, what's the worst thing he or his management could do? Say no.
Literally.
Like, they're probably not even going to
see it. Or just be like, pay us.
Yeah.
How much do you think it would be to book Vin Diesel on an hour-long podcast? Considering
if you would, I've never heard of anyone paying for podcast time. I've never heard of that, but I'm assuming it's a thing.
But I'd assume regardless of if it's a podcast or an interview or anything, he'd want to be paid for his time. Considering the fact that Sean Kingston wanted you to drop like 10 racks on him, I feel like it'd probably be like 10 times more than that at least.
Yeah, Sean Kingston, kind of ridiculous.
Just to be a feature on a song, like.
I mean, he was top 40 and has been on Billboard a bunch, and I don't know. I get it.
But how recently?
But there's somebody out there paying for it, though. You know it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Like, if you do cheap, if you do features too cheap, then it's just whatever. But, anyways, what were you saying?
Sorry, I was trying to find it. So, did Nicholas message you last night about his Uber Eats experience?
Yes, he did, and we actually talked about that. The
I
story
would
on 1020 Media. This I just recorded an episode earlier today that'll be released on Wednesday. Or well, if this is being out on Friday, it would have released 2 days ago. So
I was gonna say I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it just because yours will come out before my episode. So he messaged me and told him that he had an Uber Eats delivery, and his driver's just like, "Hey, do you like party music?" And it's Nicholas. He's literally like, he's a walking meme. I love him to death though.
he's
I don't
goofy.
mean that in a mean way at all. I'm just saying like the same way Pierce is. It's just I don't know, but so this guy is like, hold on, I'll give you a sticker because I make music and it's just me and my friends dress up as fruit and sing party songs. And I think that's amazing. And their name is Sweet and Juicy. And I want to have them on the show because it's amazing. They have bangers such as Eat, Sleep, Fuck and Cigarettes and Jesus, which that's all you need to know. Also, I listened to their songs and it's really good. Like, it's not bad. It's goofy and it's like, but it's, I don't know. I expected it to be worse quality.
Dude,
It's
he
pretty
said
good.
he said that when he was talking to him, he was like, "Our gimmick," as if their gimmick isn't that they dress up in fruit. He was like, "Our gimmick is that we're actually talented. We might have the best keyboard player in like the whole town."
Dude, their keyboard player was killing it. I also noticed that. I was like, dude, this guy's good. And yeah, and apparently the guy that's dressed up as the banana, is the one who was Nick's delivery driver. But if you're listening to this, I'm about to message you after this podcast. If you're listening, we will love to have you on because I love it so much. I love that they're just dressed up as a bunch of fruits playing party music like Eat, Sleep, Fuck. Like, it's just so funny. But
Dude,
yeah, that's what I wanted to
I
talk
love
about as far as Nick
I
goes.
really like gimmick bands. I don't care. They're fun.
And it's funny because if you just listen to their music first and then see them live, I feel like it'd be even funnier. But yeah, I mean that pretty much. Oh, there's one other thing that I wanted to talk to you that kind of incorporates music and film, and then after that, I just want to ask you a few random questions. So tell me
Okay.
about this rock opera.
Oh, so through through Roy, who was the owner of RWF, Rock and Wrestling Federation, which is the company that I filmed for. He knows this dude who's around our age named Punk da Kid in Gallatin, Tennessee, and he wants to put together a rock opera, and it's set for May. He's doing a rock opera, and I don't really know too much about it, but we are filming in like what seems to be like an independent theater. It's almost like a movie theater or like a professional ass theater, dude. Like it's
That's pretty
kind of
sick.
crazy. Yeah, like I'm gonna be on the stage. So we have the Sony. So if you guys have, this is the video I always reference. If you guys have watched the 6ix9ine video with Trippie Redd where they're in the desert, that video was shot on a Sony A7S2, which is the camera that we shot the short film on. That camera will be on the stage to the right, getting close-up shots. Then we have two Canon T5Is, which is like the best starter camera you can use if you want to get into photography and videography. Canon T5i is
How much do those run?
the absolute best. Like 400 to 500.
Which sounds like a lot, but it is good quality. Like I've seen some of his photos and everything, and
Dude,
it's good.
it's
It
really good stuff. I mean, other can
especially
like
if you're wanting to invest in yourself, and I mean it's better than getting a $200 camera now just to upgrade later on. Because if you get one of these cameras, it's gonna work for most of the things you're trying to do, unless you're trying to film a Hollywood movie. Then you might
and
need something better.
And um, odds are you could probably find a T5i for fucking like on the marketplace on Facebook or on Craigslist or something for like $200 or $300.
Wait a
Honestly,
minute. Canon and Sony aren't sponsoring us. Don't buy their cameras. Don't listen to what we're saying. They're sponsor us first, and then we'll promote you. No, I'm just kidding. They are really good cameras, though.
but no, the Sony A7S II. We have those set up by like on the stage. We have the Sony A7S II on the stage. We have a Canon T5i and a Canon T6i. Along the in the like the middle, on the outskirts of where people will be sitting, and then my friend with a Lumix camera is going to be on like a balcony shooting from the top. A Lumix is a very 1970s Kubrick 2001: A Space Odyssey style camera. You'll see if you watch March 16th, the ending scene in March 16th was shot on the Lumix. So basically we wanted the ending of it to be more film style as opposed to the rest of it being like an HBO, just to make us stand out and be different. And we also had that shot that had to be complete darkness into light. So we took the Sony, turned the aperture down, which basically just means the lighting goes down. We turned the lighting down on it, the built-in lighting, and then we started out with nothing and then did a transition of it being like full light to the Lumix camera. So it was just like right when you see everything, it's like everything is nice and beautiful, and then it's like film, like immediately right from the end scene. So that's basically the setup that we're using. And we're like I said, we're filming in like a nice ass fucking like a really nice theater, like an independent theater that could be. I'm assuming they show movies there too. Like I'm assuming they show movies there, but yeah, it's like half capacity due to the virus, and yeah, so it'll be really cool. I know nothing about the rock opera. Apparently, it's about like the virus and like both sides and like coming to an agreement or something. I am not sure. I'm not sure what side is being picked. I don't know too much about it, but all I know is that it is a job that I am working, and I'm very excited for it, and it's definitely different, and I've never filmed a live concert, so it's gonna be a venture.
Well, just make sure you're safe and careful, obviously. I shouldn't have to say that, but I mean, there's
you never know. I'm in Tennessee, so
yeah. I was gonna say there's people out there who aren't being safe and careful, and that's why this thing is still around. So just do your part, and
I'm working a job. Safe. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You know. So.
No, I'm not trying to shit on you for going in public or anything around people. I'm just saying be safe and do your part to keep yourself and other people safe. And that goes to anyone listening. Be safe, or we will come to your house and we will fuck. No, I'm just kidding. But. I want to close out by asking a few random questions.
Okay.
Just to, just because. What is your favorite song that you've made?
Dude, fuck.
If you can't decide between one, you can give me a top few in no order or whatever,
Well, I like my song Trouble that I put out under my own name. Under Pierce Lancaster. I like that song. That's man, I'm trying to think.
If it makes it easier, what's your favorite Booty Gum song you made?
Dude, that doesn't make it easier. I don't know. Oh. I think my favorite one is one that's not out yet. It's called 200 Pounds. It'll probably be out in like, I don't know, like summertime or something. I've got a bunch of releases
honestly planned. Blows my mind that song's not out yet, because I'm pretty sure I saw the video for it like a year ago.
Yeah, it's been out for So basically, with everything Booty Gum going on, I had recorded a bunch of songs, and I came up with concepts. Like I wrote all the songs and everything, but I didn't know how to market as well as I do now. and I'm still learning a bunch. But I was like, man, these songs are too good. I don't want to force them out. I don't want to whatever. So I put out my first song in February of 2020, and then I don't know. I had songs even in February of 2020. I had like 7 or 8 songs ready to be put out by like then, and then I just like didn't do it. And then December, I was like, dude, I'm putting out this Christmas song, and I'm putting out a song every month. Then on, which I have done. I put out a song. I put out in December. I put out Booty Claws. In January, I put out Booty Gum 64, and or in January, yeah, in January I put out Booty Gum 64, and then in February I put out Angelica Pickles. And in
So what's next,
March,
Skeeton?
March I'm putting out a song called Yeehaw.
Have I heard that one
So,
yet?
You've heard a rendition of it, but you haven't heard the new. I had to update some things,
Fair enough.
but yes, I had to update some things. And
Wait, is that
it
featuring
done.
someone? Is that one?
Yes, that features.
Okay, I know which one you're
surprise
talking.
Feature. Yes.
Okay, I know which one you're talking about now. I honestly think that my favorite songs of yours are both not released yet. Am I allowed to say titles of songs?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. My Dick Hard.
Yeah, that's a good one.
YouTube, don't fucking demonetize us. It's the name of a song. Just kidding. I'm not making money anyways. But I was thinking that earlier. I was like, can we say taint nibble that many times in a row and stay on YouTube?
Dude,
but,
is taint
it'll be
even
fine.
a bad word? Like, is taint
I don't know.
even? It's a body part.
But I also love the Super Mario one.
Oh,
know the
that
name of
that
it,
one's
but-
out. Mario
It
Kart
is out?
64 or
Okay.
Booty Gum 64?
No, is that? Oh yeah, that is that song. Okay. With
Yeah, Booty Gum 64. Yeah.
With the Mario beat and everything.
Yeah. That one's out.
I'm tripping. Yeah, I forgot that was out. Yeah, I love those songs. And what other? No, we could talk about this off mic. I was gonna say, what other unreleased ones do you have? Because I know there's more that I really
the
like.
ones that are out there are it's not on, Fuck It Up's not on Spotify. 'Cause I tried to upload it, but Spotify was being mean to me at the time, but I fixed it. So I've got Fuck It Up on YouTube. Booty Claws. She Won't Let Me Eat Her Ass. Angelica Pickles and Booty Gum 64. Those are all the Booty Gum songs that are out for the public to hear. Other songs, I have Yeehaw coming in March, and then in April I have a song that is featuring another artist coming out, and then that'll be out. And I believe in May is when I will be dropping my song 200 Pounds. So that is what the lineup is looking like for now. I'm trying to put out a song every month, just to make sure, like I have a budget, and like you have to stay consistent enough, but you also don't want to put out too much content. So it's just putting out content as a creator and musician is just within that battle of putting out new music and doing it within a speed that like you can actually like I can upload a song a month, and like that's a good speed for me like creatively to be able to mix and master and record a song and like make tracks and whatever, and then also stay relevant with the fans and like not like let them forget about you, so
Well, another thing is, like, if you put out a song every week, like, as soon as you put out a new song, people are going to, like, not pay as much attention to your last one. So it's good that you're giving people enough time to
Right.
actually listen to it and enjoy it and share it around and get views. That way you're not just dumping on 10 songs a fucking month onto people.
that's the biggest problem I see
which
with new
ones should I listen
musicians is they get too eager. New musicians get too eager, and they finish songs and just upload them immediately afterward. So
I mean, that's literally, for example, that's literally why Falling in Reverse stopped putting out full-length albums for a long time and still haven't, and just put out single after single after single. And all of their singles have gotten more listens and more views than, like, they would have if they were on an album, which is smart. But, yeah, I mean, it's the same concept, like... But,
right.
have you had any? You used to work at a music venue called Rocket Town in Tennessee. Any fun, funny, crazy experiences from that job? Because that sounds like it would be super dope to do.
Oh yeah, so I worked at a music venue with the event staff. I didn't work too many shows. I mainly was so basically how the venue works is, or how it worked at the time, because some stuff has changed. There's the main building, which has like the main venue, which is like a 1,200 cap, I believe. It's like at least 1,000 person cap. And then there's the flex room, which is like its own little room. That's like a 100 cap. And then there's like the coffee bar. And then there's a skate park. And then there's its own building called the White Building, which is like a 500 to 600 cap venue in itself. It's like, it's still Rocketown, but it's like its own building across the street. And I was working. People would rent out the main venue. They'd be like, "Oh, our business is doing whatever," or like, "Oh, we're holding a fucking choir show for Christmas," or whatever the fuck. We would, set up events for that type of thing. And it's mainly like a Christian youth facility for kids that like grow up with like bad households or whatever. They can like get away and go skate and hang out and do whatever, and it's just a family for them. And so I worked there, and I had a lot of fun experiences. The main fun thing I did is when I did work shows, which I only worked a few of them, but I would dress like how I normally dress, like very colorfully, and that would like help people. And it's a Christian venue, so like people like they probably thought I was just like some like nice like kid, which like I am a nice kid, but I'm not like they would think I'm into like metal and shit. I'd like work metal shows. I would work metal shows, work at the door, be super nice to everybody, be like super like just me, and be very kind. And then bands would play, and I would just like go harder than anybody else in the pit. Whenever bands would play, I'd like go in there and just throw the fuck down like so hard.
I love that.
So they'd be like, "Oh shit, it's Door Guy," and I'd just be like flailing my arms around like a fucking maniac, like going off. But nah, we had this. There was this one kid that kept coming in, and my buddy Cody worked with me, and he had a beard, and he was bald. And this one kid kept coming up to him, and he had like the highest voice, and he'd be like, "Hey Cody, why is there hair on your beard but no hair on your head?" And he said it every fucking time I worked. Like he just kept repeating that joke, and it got funnier and funnier to me every time. He like, and then he'd laugh, and be like, "Oh." He had like a deep ass laugh. He was like a comic book character, or like not a comic book, like an animated character. He'd be like, me, and then he would laugh and be like, like right afterward. It was fucking weird, dude.
I love the impressions.
Dude, that's really how he was. like he, like how I'm like doing that voice. Like he actually sounded like I sound like I'm doing an impression, like a bad impression of someone with a high pitched voice, like a kid or something. But he he sounds like someone like you or me doing an impression of like an 8-year-old. That's like what his voice sounds like someone, an adult, doing an impression of a child. That's how his voice is. It's very strange.
Shout out to him, and I hope he never goes bald one day. And if he does, I hope people make that joke to him.
Dude, he makes jokes like he would make jokes that would just make like no sense at all, but I would laugh at all of them every time. They were so funny to me. Like he would just make jokes that just had no punchline and made absolute no sense. And every time I'd be like, "Dude, that's a good one." Like every time. Okay, so I don't work there anymore. Oh, we're gonna have to cut out his name. Fuck.
That's fine.
Anyway,
that's fine. I can do it.
I don't work there anymore. But one time the same kid came up to me and he was like, "Hey man, I saw in the skate park that somebody wrote on the stall, nice," and then was like, "Nice COCK, bro," and that's not okay. And dude, I was losing my mind. Normally I wouldn't talk about this because it's a Christian facility. I don't want to like disrespect the venue, but like I don't work there anymore, so like whatever.
Also, it's not like you wrote it, so it's not like Did
but dude, yeah, no, I didn't.
Okay.
No, but dude, I thought that, and he was just like, that's not okay, and I was just like, please stop talking about this. Like, please. I just like couldn't contain myself. It was bad, dude. It was real bad.
Dude, that's really funny, actually.
Dude,
I
it
would love to work
was.
in a music venue. You get free concerts, you get paid to be there, you know.
Yeah,
But
no, it's fun.
all right, is there anything else you'd like to promote? Any shout outs you want to give? Because, I mean, if you want to hype somebody else up, even if they're not going to come up on the show, like, go ahead. Like, if you have friends that are working on shit, whatever, if you're working on whatever.
Check out No Bus by Galaxy Collective. Check out Booty Gum. Check out Kase.
Check out 1020 Media with Nicholas
Kasei.
Whitaker.
Yeah, check out 1020 Media.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was Kasei, because I interrupted Pierce. Is
Yes.
Mikey Mars, his music, which is actually incredible.
Yes, it's so good.
Very well made.
Check out PBJ Productions. Lost Opossum will eventually have its own Instagram and Twitter, but Lost Opossum and PBJ are basically the same thing. So check out PBJ Productions. Snow Day, the Snow Day sketch is on PBJ Productions. That's one of the TNU sketches. It's going to be changed in editing. Our versions are different, but it's there. Check out this podcast we're listening to now. Shout out. Well,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
just listen every week.
Also, we have an old podcast. If you're a wrestling fan, we don't make it anymore. I've thought about doing an episode or two here and there during big wrestling events like WrestleMania and shit, if anybody cares. It's called the Scripted Botch podcast. I think we have some actual comedy gold in a lot of those episodes. So if you like wrestling and like comedy and us, whatever, check that out too. Again, don't expect a lot of upcoming content, but I mean, there's a lot of really good shit that we talked about on those.
Also, if you keep up with my Booty Gum Instagram and stuff, if you like SVU parodies that are about who stole poop, TNU will be coming soon. And yeah, that just about wraps it up for me. Now that I told you to do like 15 things.
Yeah, and while you're at it, also follow my Instagram for this page. It is overworked_underrated. I think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's the Instagram. The Twitter. I don't even remember because I know I just wanted to make it the same thing for both and I couldn't because they were taken and it wouldn't fit. Over under pods, which may sound like a gambling page because over under is a betting thing that I didn't realize was a thing before I made the name. But yeah. So go over there and if you want to be on the show, hit us up. We have a Facebook group. I have Instagram. I have Twitter. Also, the Linktree is just Linktr.ee, whatever, the typical Linktree thing, / overworked and underrated. Also, we have a lot of upcoming exciting guests that I'm really happy to have on, such as Samantha McCoy. She does very, very, very good, high quality custom clothing, like shoes.
Her shit is so sick.
Dude, it's so good.
It's so good.
And I feel like the pricing is exactly what it should be. If anything, I think she should maybe charge more because it's that good. But a lot of people complain about the pricing, but I mean, the price of the shoes included, all her time, the art supplies and everything, it's worth it. Go check her stuff out. I'm going to put a couple pictures here just to hype her up and because, I mean, she's going to be on soon and I'm excited. I also have a band called Tone Deaf coming on. They have some upcoming music coming up. I haven't really planned a lot for that episode, but it is confirmed. I've talked to them. Super nice guy that hit me up. So check them out. Their music is kind of like chill beach vibes almost. Like it just, I don't know. If you want to just chill and feel mellow and just relax, it's really cool. I like their music. Also have JJ Demon coming on, which my inner high school scene kid is absolutely losing his shit over because he's been one of my favorite artists for a very long time. He makes like rap, hip hop kind of music. His older CDs and older stuff is more, like, Scene Kid kind of oriented, disco, hip hop kind of music. But his newer stuff is a lot more like deep and lyrically just better, in my opinion. It's very good. I still like listening to his old stuff. I want to just jam out and like party or whatever and feel the nostalgia. But his new music is very, very, very much improved and just deeper and has actual meaning. And he's very political as well, which I am a fan of because he's respectful and nice. He also has a book club going on right now on Facebook, which is super cool. But I'm very excited to have him on. So, yeah, and that's just a few. I have very many more guests coming on, but I'll promote them more as we have more structure and plan, and I know more exact dates. But, yeah, I will see you right here next week. Pierce, any last words for the people?
Poop.
That is exactly what I expected, and that's what a way to go out. But yeah, follow us, like, subscribe, whatever. Again, hit us up if you want a copy of the March 16th movie. But we are pretty much done here, folks. I will see you next week on another episode of the Overworked and Underrated podcast.
Wait.